Welcome to Pokemon Emerald. We're going to be playing through the vanilla version of Pokemon Emerald from start to finish. We're going to collect all 8 gym badges, catch every Pokemon that we can along the way, and we're also going to defeat the Elite Four and probably check out the Mysterious Man's Maze as well as the Battle Frontier. So we have quite a long journey ahead of us. I wish that Lotad was a starter Pokemon. You know what? He's a really good Pokemon at the start. So right off the hop, we're going to go ahead and name ourselves, and we're going to go about our day. We're going to be a classic bro, so we're just going to be bros with everybody. Bro. Every hint of dialogue, every piece, bro. Alright, here we go. Then we got to give our rival a goofy name, or maybe we'll just name him Red or something. Name him Chat for Chatterbox, because Buddy talks too much. Well, here we go, en route to our brand new home in a Little Rote town. We're going to arrive in the back of a truck here, and we're basically going to search all the buildings in every town that we get to. Right at the start of the game here, you only have to talk to a few people. You talk to your mom, I think you talk to your neighbor, and then you go to the lab, and then you're able to go to the top of the town. So let's hop on out and get right to it. Hey, this is our mom. All right, what's up? Oh, we gotta go in. Oh, yeah, right at the start, we gotta set the clock in our room. I forgot. I think in this one, there's also a potion in the PC when you get up there, right? I think that's in this one. The music in these games always makes things so much more intense, like the battles, the Elite Four fights, like the people that come up with the music for these games, they're so creative. The music, it just really suits the mood. They do such a great job. Even the music here in Little Root Town. By the way, I am playing on an emulator, so sometimes the music and audio does mess up a little bit, so it sounds kind of like a broken record, but that's alright, just gonna get through it. It's not too shabby, it's not too bad. So anyways, we're gonna have a little conversation here, we're gonna go upstairs, and then we're gonna interact with May's Pokeball, which will then cause her to come upstairs, and then we can continue onwards. I like how her mom just sent a complete stranger up to her room. I wish that you could have the option to have the morale choice to take the Pokeballs. I wonder if there's any emulators or ROM hacks that have done that. Where you I guess there's Rocket Red, right? Where you can steal Pokemon and stuff. Funny game, by the way. If you haven't played Fire Red, but it's Rocket Red, oh my god, absolutely hilarious. The dialogue is so funny sometimes. That one will definitely be coming up after Pokemon Emerald. I'll probably play through Rocket Red, Unbound, and then do randomizers as well of the Fire Red Emerald kind of era as well, and then maybe Pokemon Pearl. But for now, we gotta help out Professor Birch, I believe his name is, from this Zigzagoon here who's trying to rub upon him. We're gonna go with Mudkip, because classic. Mudkip, you know, from those Pokemon movies, you gotta go with it. You gotta have Mudkip. Only sucks that his Mud Slap doesn't work against normal types. Don't have it yet, but when we do, it's gonna be a pain. I would much rather have Water Gun at first. Of course, you get that later, but it would have been nicer. Kind of like how when you play through Fire Red, you get Bubble right off the hop. I think if you choose Squirtle and you get him to level 7, maybe 8, you get Bubble, which is really good against Brock, the first gym. So, speaking of the first gym in this one, it is also a Rock-type gym, so we're going to go ahead and get into that later once we get to Rustboro City, I do believe. But for now, we got to head on back and talk to the professor, and I believe we talk with May as well. Be kind of funny if he could have the option to take the Pokemon from you if you get defeated, and maybe say you don't have the equivalent of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Heart of the cards and just take it, and then that's a restart. That'd be kind of funny. Probably demoralize the children back in the day. Speaking of Pokemon games, when I was playing through this as a kid, there was no directions, nothing helping you. The newer Pokemon games that come out on the Switch, they basically guide you the whole way. I really dislike how it's so linear. There should be so much more exploratory options aside one big area. Yeah, they could have done a lot better. The old games, for sure, are my favorite. But now that we've done that, we got to proceed up here and get into the next town. And all we really have to do is go to Oldale Town, which we are super close to. We're going to just run away from this Poochyena fight. I never really liked catching this guy, even as evolved form Mightyena. It's never been a Pokemon that I've ever really used on my team, to be honest. Never really saw him being that useful. Sure, he's got his Dark-type moves, but you know, I prefer having a Psychic type myself, so I will pass on that, and or Ghost as well, because they can also learn Bite. But anyways, we're in Oldale Town here. Make sure you go into the Poke Center, because the last Poke Center you went into is the one that you will respawn at if you white out. So not necessarily the one that you save at, but the one that you walk into. So basically, we're going to go ahead and talk to all these people around, see what we get from them, talk to the people in the town, and then I believe just to the north of Oldale Town is where May is waiting for us to challenge her to a duel, or or I guess a Pokemon battle, I should say. Sorry, I've been playing some Yu-Gi-Oh lately. I'm going to be doing 3 games at once, so I'm going to be really busy. It's going to take a lot of time up, but I'm looking forward to doing the 3 series and looking forward to having all of you guys join me along the way. So what we're going to do is play through Pokemon Emerald, of course. We're also going to play through South Park, The Fractured But Whole in its entirety, go through the whole campaign, maybe try and 100% it. I'm going to do it on Mastermind difficulty so that it is basically as hard as it can be, and it will be a rewarding experience. And then I also am going to play through Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist. I'm going to play through all the campaigns using the original story decks. Basically what it is you get to use the decks that they used in the TV shows from the earlier Yu-Gi-Oh! Shows in the 2000s. And it has like the classic ones with Yugi and Pegasus and Kaiba and all them. And then there's the 5Ds, the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, the XY, the Synchro and Pendulum, Summon stuff. They have all those campaigns up. So we're going to be playing through those and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that the most, I gotta say. I'm also having a lot of fun playing through Pokemon Emerald again. You know, this was the game that I played as a kid. This and Fire Red, my Game Boy Advance and my Nintendo DS with the little Game Boy slot saw endless hours of this game. Alright, now that he's out of the way, Wingull, I don't know why we couldn't escape. Does Wingull have that ability? Like, we were a higher level than him, I'm so confused. But, alright then, so yeah, now we're gonna take on May, hopefully destroy her, and then we're gonna take her back to the lab for round 2. Or maybe not, you know, Professor Birch will be there, so maybe another time, but we're gonna go back to him after that. So for now, we're gonna fight. Oh, speaking of the Mortal Kombat games, did you ever play Mortal Kombat X where you had to test your might and you had to mash the absolute crap out of your fingers and knuckles on your controller to break the pieces? Oh my goodness, and it was an achievement to do it too. So, you know, I'm happy to have that when I got fast hands, but man, did it ever hurt my knuckles. Luckily, like many of you out there, I got practice from Mario Party. Playing that, Mario Party 5, 6, 7, 8 are the best in my opinion. Well, okay, we got to give it to 5 or 6 for sure. I really like the day and nighttime cycle. It is fantastic. The very first time I ever played Super Mario Party was Mario Party 7, and it was on the map with the starship with the baseball diamond and the little Shy Guy shooting stand, and we were drinking. I was drinking Kraken and Mountain Dew. Absolutely interesting combination, but it tastes really good, honestly. Kraken and Mountain Dew, never would have thought. But anyways, it caught up, and you know what I can tell you? It comes out the exact same color, just like black licorice, so just a heads up there if you decide to be like me. But anyways, towards the end of the night, you know, I was super smashed, but I still won. My first ever time playing a Mario Party game, and I won, absolutely smashed out of my mind. It was fantastic. It was a great night, a good memory right there. Very good core memory from the teen years. I feel so old looking back at it now. Time goes by. Like, once you graduate high school, it's crazy, man. Like, all the years are the same. Like, you know, I'm only in my mid-20s and I still feel like I'm 20, but I have the mental maturity from the life experiences I've gained, you know? Sure, here I am enjoying my hobbies playing Pokemon, but you know what? I don't care. I'm gonna do what I want. And that's another thing. Go about your life without being judged. Don't care about what others think about you. If you do, you will hold yourself back. Do not do it. But anyways, enough with the life lessons. That's the motivation for today, my tips for life. We're gonna go ahead and talk with Professor Birch. Wow, that's kind of funny. Just ridicules. You were able to beat her on your first try. Excellent. That's kind of funny. Hope you don't mind. By the way, here's this Pokédex to distract you. It's alright you got melted. We're gonna have to fight May a bunch and she's gonna be annoying throughout the story anyway, so I will take every defeat that I can get against her. Crush her now and then continue to crush her throughout the rest of the campaign. But anyways, we're going to have a little chat here and then we're going to venture out onto our very own Pokemon adventure. We're going to be able to head on out there and get some Pokeballs and things at the Pokemart as well. And we're going to be able to make our way out. And speaking of running out of town, that's what I basically did after high school. Left town right away. You really realize how much your friend group changes right after. It's so crazy. High school doesn't even matter. If you're going through each day, having a bad time, getting bullied, whatever your case is, just keep your head up, man. Get through it and go about your day. Like, honestly, after high school, nothing matters. Nothing anyone says or does to you after high school matters. Of course, you know, do the best to keep yourself safe, but just in mind, you know, keep that in mind for sure. But anyways, unlike Pokemon Fire Red, I like that this one gives you the running shoes right as you go to leave town, whereas in Fire Red, you have to get all the way to Mount Moon, which, to be fair, isn't a super far distance, but it's far enough where having running shoes would have been really nice. So Fire Red, you're kind of whack for doing that, but Fire Red is my favorite, so I gotta give it to it, you know, all love, a little bit of hate, mostly love. But now we're going to go ahead and continue with Pokemon Emerald, go through Oldale Town. But before we do head out into the next area where there are some trainers in our way, it's probably best to heal up. That way we don't get melted and end up right back here in like 30 seconds. So we're going to go ahead and talk to Nurse, whoever this is. I'd like to think that they're all Nurse Joys, just like they used to be in the other ones. I'm not sure what their name was in the TV series for this generation. Was it still Nurse Joy? Was it still Officer Jenny? I don't remember if they changed those things. It's been quite a while. I haven't watched the Pokemon series in a long time. I get to occasionally see the odd episode or something, you know, if it's a late night, have some nostalgia. You never know what kind of night, you know, have a couple drinkities or whatever your case may be. And yeah, just enjoy the night. So we're going to go ahead and just chat with everybody in town. You know, sometimes you miss important information. And that's the thing about these games that I liked. Like I mentioned before, you know, it doesn't tell you much. Like it'll give you like, hey, so-and-so's in this town, or hey, Mr. Briney's back, or whatever the case is. But it doesn't just have you on a linear path. It's nice. And I much prefer the pace of this much better. Much prefer. But basically we're going to go ahead and stomp this little doofus here, take him out, and move on to the next trainer that is straight ahead. This guy's got Stinky Anna, Poochie Anna, so we're going to go ahead and take him out. We're going to lower his accuracy, maybe the attack a little bit, but we're going to take him out. Oh, 3, okay, he doesn't do bad damage. Nothing worse than at the start of the game, and sometimes the AIs just get wild crits, absolutely bananas. Hopefully it doesn't happen here. Hopefully after enough of these, his accuracy is just complete garbage. I swear, out of all the things that put people's accuracy, or sorry, put Pokemon's accuracy down, Sand Attack has got to be the most gnarly one, the most annoying too. Like when I hear that, I just picture like someone grabbing a little handful of pocket sand. If you're ever walking alone at night, keep a pocket of pocket sand. You throw that in someone's face, they're probably going to leave you alone as they won't be able to see, and they'll have sand in their eyes and whatever else is in there, the little pieces of glass or whatever. So, you know, sand's a pretty versatile weapon. I can see why it's called Sand Attack for sure. But yeah, anyways, after that guy ended up running into this little Lotad here, so I'm going to give him a little capture. See if we can get ourselves this guy, and then have a little Lombre. I believe he's a water and ground type, water and rock, water and ground, something, water and grass. I don't remember. It's been so long since I've played this, like, and the types nowadays are so different. Like they change them from game to game. Sometimes they're ghosts, sometimes they're fairy. Like I don't know what they're doing with things, man. It's just so confusing at this point. Like I have so much catching up to do. There's Pokemon that looks like lamps, like garbage cans. Like what are they doing in the studios, man? Like they need to hire a new like artwork team. Well, I guess since I couldn't name my rival and it's just May, I'm going to name this guy Chat for Chatterbox, because that's what she is. That way we can remember her. Motivation. I'll take this little Lotad all the way to the end. I want to try and give him the XP share, but I'll try and trade him out at first. Are we going to get by? Oh, nice. Okay, the bug types aren't bad, especially at the start, but nothing like the start at Fire Red, like all those Weedles with the Poison Sting. Oh my goodness. Or I guess Shroomish as well in this case. But man, just some enemies in the forest are just absolutely bananas. Speaking of, after we get through here, we have a little forest to navigate as well. Once we get through to the next town, we have to continue onwards. And then there's a little forest we go through too. So probably going to try and get me a Shroomish and, have a grass type. It's probably going to need one throughout the campaign. But for the first gym, we're pretty set up with the Mudkip here. As long as we can get a water attack beforehand, then the first gym should be pretty easy going, pretty gravy. I was hoping that he wouldn't be paying attention, but that's alright. I kind of deserve this fight because I'm going to go pick those berries and I'm not going to replant any after because I'm a monster. All I'm going to do is take them. But for now, we're going to take down this Zigzagoon. Friggin' Zigzagoof is what it should be. Just like Bidoof, which, oh, love Bidoof. Big love, big up Bidoof for sure. He just had one Pokemon, right? Or does he have two? If he has two, I'm going to assume it's another Zigzagoon. Oh yeah, okay, of course. Maybe we'll trade out, see what we can do here, get some XP for a little Lotad. Well, I'd rather it not be another Zigzagoon, so a Taillow will do. That is absolutely great. I like the generation with Staravia, like Staraptor looks so cool. Is that in Diamond and Pearl, right? I think so. I think that's that gen where you can get Luxray. Oh, also, fantastic Pokemon, Luxray. Absolutely one of my favorites from that gen, for sure. But for now, we're going to worry about this little Taillow and basically get rid of him. He looks like a little robin or something, Oh, I was kind of starting to get worried there. My health is pretty low. I'm probably going to have to go to the Poke Center. Actually, I think I have potions I can use. I got one from the PC, and I think these are Oran berries, right? Oh, yeah, okay, we don't have to go back. Perfect, we can just continue onwards. But like I said, I'm just going to pick them and not put them back because I don't care about the environment in this world. You guys will live my way. Oh, right on, right by Petalburg City. I find it interesting that it makes you go here just for like a strange little tutorial, you know? Like, sure, your dad's here, but he's the 5th gym leader and you can't fight him yet, so, you know, other than this little part, like, there's not really a benefit in doing it, you know? It's just kind of like added storyline, really. But now that we're here, we're going to go and heal, and also now that we've been in that Poke Center, if we white out, we'll be here, so make sure that you at least walk through the doors just to be safe and save yourself some travels. But yeah, we basically just got to go and talk to our dad, the gym leader here, and then we do a little tutorial thing with Wally where he catches a Ralts, which the odds of finding one in this area are super low, so I mean that's kind of crazy on its own. I'm gonna try and get one myself as well once the event is over, but for now let's get this over with. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and fast forward this part because there's just so much dialogue. Alright, time to watch bro catch a Ralts on his first throw, and first encounter, might I add. First ever encounter, but he runs into a Ralts, and which is like the rarest thing to run into in this location, but whatever. I find it interesting, you know, I've never seen that happen before. He missed. Like, I don't know if you caught that, but his Zigzagoon's first, like, tackle, it missed. I didn't know that it could in this battle. I wonder if he can lose with the right, like, I wonder if that's programmed in for him to lose. Has that ever happened to anybody? If so, let me know. Because that would be kind of funny, actually. I wonder if he can fail catching the Pokemon, too. I'm going to assume he gets an auto cap. Yeah. First try. Okay, for sure. Big guy. Hot shot. That's all right. You know, I'm envious. I'll catch one, too. But it's probably going to take me a little bit more effort than this guy, for sure. Time to go back and show dad how proud we are. Because your dad isn't proud of you. So you got to get some, you know, some praise from mine, you friggin' father stealer. Oh, alright, now here's the advice. Alright, information we need. We're off to Rustboro City, off to fight the next gym leader. First, I'm going to chat with the local townsfolk here, and then we're going to continue onwards, to which there's a few more trainers for us to fight as well, and there's a forest for us to get through too. Once we do get into the forest, I'm going to try and capture every single Pokemon that I can, because we're probably going to be taking them along for most of the journey. I'm thinking I might try and get a Wurmple for a Beautifly, probably, just to have that against the air type. Grass types, you know what I mean? And then probably gonna also try and rock a Shroomish, a Pikachu, if they can be caught in there. I'm not sure, to be honest. I wonder, is this Mr. Briny, by the way? I wonder if this is him, because, you know what, I think it is, low-key. I think that is Mr. Briny, to which we don't see him until later, but I want to say that that is him. If not, I think it's like the very same character model, if not very similar. But yeah, I'm just going to keep chatting with these town folks just so I don't miss anything, get all the information here, and then we'll proceed onwards. Well, I'm glad at least someone could make your son happy. Maybe you should involve yourself more in your child's happiness. Maybe bro's just depressed. Oh yeah, here's the talent scout. Buddy's been watching me in my badminton games. Thinks I'm friggin' sick. He'll accept me later on. I'll get a few badges, but really it's the sick badminton skills that he's looking for. Y'all know it. So now we're on to the next route, and we're going to go ahead. Maybe, you know what, I don't think I'm going to bother grabbing the stuff on the beach. Like, it's whatever, you know. But here's a Wurmple, so here's the start of that Beautifly. Going to get him, try and capture. I wonder if I can just do it without damage, but maybe I'll hit him a time or two just to make it easy. Don't really want to waste the first couple Pokeballs, I suppose. If he survives another hit. I don't know if I'll get a crit and kill him, but I hope not. Alright, that is another one in the books, another one off the Pokédex. Cha-ching, number 14, Wurmple, the weird little caterpillar. Onwards to the next. Wow, this Mr. Briny here is highly revered amongst the community. I wonder, does he show in his house at first? Oh no, okay, he's out of town. I think he's in like Verdanturf or something, or is it Rustboro? Oh, like I said, I don't remember. Oh, time to be a monster. I'm picking these berries and I'm not planting any. Realistically, yeah, I could replant them to get extra berries, but how often am I going to come back here? Probably not very. And also, you know, I don't even remember when I get fly, so I'm not even sure how often I'll be able to check these or for how long. Once I have it, sure, but until then, who knows? So, all right, this person wants to battle. Oh, this looks like one of the rich people that pays out good, the fancy. Oh, yeah. We got fancy pants here. All right, level 7 Zigzagoon. Let's see what's up. If you guys are feeling nostalgic, by the way, on your phone or on your computer, whatever you have, your tablet, your iPad, you should download some emulators for sure. Oh, also, this completely caught me off guard. I didn't know that they could use full restores. This is like the second town in the game, and this chick's got full restores. That is like an end game kind of thing right there. A full restore, those are so expensive. I'm not, surprised given who she is, but dang, dude. So now, anyways, she's down. We got a nice pocket of change. Time to go stock up at the Pokemart, heal up the Pokemon, might as well. This is the end of part 1 in the Pokemon Emerald series. We're going to stop here right before the forest, and in the next one, we will go in.